It's early evening here in Asheville, time for a beer and an assessment of a chess set. So, this, as any Jaques collector will tell you, is a carton pierre box. Now, what's carton pierre? Carton pierre is a mixture of newsprint ground up, mixed with plaster of Paris and in this case a black dye, and it can be pressed into a mould and it produces this kind of very hard ebony like material. And this is the design that Jaques decided upon to house as an option to house some of the chess sets. Now there was only apparently one size of the forms that they used to make these boxes, and when we were decided to assess this, we went of course to Professor Sir Alan Firth's book, seminal work on this subject, and we looked it up, and he has here done all the research necessary for anyone who's interested in these things. There's the 3.5-inch box end on, showing the little chessboard on the end, and these were introduced very early on. The box for the 4.4 was introduced later, and you can see it's exactly the same as this box, except it's got a piece of wood added to the base to make it deeper, and this is showing the somewhat usually fairly faded red material, and here it is not quite as faded here but quite faded on this. Now I want to do a discussion of the figures. Now these figures are a king, this would be a queen, these two are bishops, these two are knights, and I think these columns at the end represent the castles or rooks in a chess set. And you can see on the other side, so we've got missing the king, but of course I can take a cast from that side and replace that here. There's the queen, there are the two bishops, there are the two knights with the swords, and then again so that's the chess set lineup. We've got a nice little chessboard on the end there, and on the lid there are the crown and the sceptre, the knight's helm and the bishop's mitre. So the whole thing is clearly a chess set box. You see there's a set in it. Now I also want to show you the lining inside, this nice deep blue colour, and the work, this impressed work around the edge. And of course Alan Firth has also done a study of the linings, and he's got the linings and the dates of the linings all worked out, and you can see that this work here is identical to the 1848 and 1854, sorry, thank you, I'm looking at the wrong line. And so that dates this casket quite nicely for the chess set that's in it, which is a Jaques 3.5-inch chess set, and it's from about the same year, and it has on the bottom of the box it has the remnants of a label which show it to be the 2000 series, which was for wooden sets. The 3000 series was for ivory sets and sold much more slowly. But you can see here it says Staunton Chess, it's got Howard Sorton's signature, and it says Boxwood and ebony. That ebony part is missing, but that's what's left of what the label was on the bottom. And so now we go to the chess set, which is, as I say, it's got a nice deep colour. This is Boxwood, of course, and I'm just looking for the knight, one of the knights. There's the so-called drop jaw knight, which dates this quite nicely to about 1854 or thereabouts, which matches the date of the box, or 55. And of course the bishops have got this very nice, elegant, deep cut to them. And I want to just talk for a moment about the weights on the bases, where you can sometimes see the insertion marks from the tool that was used to put the weight in. And these weights on Jaques sets were rather unusually screwed in. I'm just looking for a weight that's come out here. So Jaques were either making or having made for them these lead weights with a screw thread on the side, a tapered screw thread, and they would have a tool to insert the weight into the pieces. That's a weight off of a pawn, and there's a pawn in fact, where you can see the thread. So that would be made to a size, and then this would be dropped in, and then they would plonk the tool into it and give it a twist, and that would lock it in place. not terribly effectively over the years. So there we are, nice elegant looking set. Obviously it's sustained some damage. It'll be restored, and the box will be restored using, as near as possible, the original mix of plaster of Paris, ground up newsprint and black dye.